You guys, what's up? It's that time of the year again. Ramadan is here, and for some weird reason, I I've never been so excited for Ramadan before, and I've been trying to recollect where did this feeling come from, why am I feeling this way, and how can I make the most of this Ramadan? So, in a way, this is what I'm going to share with you today, and I hope this inspires you to make the most of this period. You could say my previous relationship with Ramadan was just there, but then again, like I always say, 2023 was a turning point in my life, like mentally, spiritually, and mindset in all areas. And I would like to share that with you because benefits of Ramadan, for the tiniest little details of good deeds, can be multiplied. But before I don't jump into the good deeds and everything you can do, I'm thinking of sharing my journey with Ramadan and how things have evolved for me. If you don't want to listen to my story and just want to jump into the habits, I will recommend you check the timestamp here. But I won't judge you, just jump there. But it's better to just hear the whole story. So I will judge you. So I think it's best I take it back to the beginning of the beginning. I'm 20 now. Since I've known it, probably like 8 years old or 6 years old, I've been in schools where Islam wasn't the main thing. It was a mixed school. So they teach us Christian songs, sometimes Muslim songs on Friday. Like it was just passively being a Muslim, but that was it. I remember my primary school, we say prayer before we eat. Some have food, we cannot eat. Some can eat. I have no. You may know the song. I don't know if you know the song, but at that primary school, secondary school too, I was in a class of Muslims, but my school wasn't a Muslim school, and our class was very noisy, very rowdy, and basically we were known for that unruly behavior. It also made me have a disdain from being a Muslim. I just didn't want that identity. Like, if this is what being a Muslim is, I don't want it at all. But I never stopped praying 5 times daily. I never stopped respecting my elders. I never stopped being a good person. But as I got older and I left secondary school and I started content creation and all this stuff, I got in love with entrepreneurship. I started reading books. Not enough, but I started reading books, podcasts, and the likes. One thing I can point out was that people I listen to are not Muslims. So their opinions and thoughts affect me. Most of them are usually like, oh, I don't believe in God. I just believe in the universe and the things like that. And in a way, I still have that kind of opinion too because God is the universe anyway. I don't even know. I'm not making any facts here. I'm just trying to say those opinions have affected me in one way or the other, and it's who I am today. But along the lines, I started seeing some Christians who would talk about God. For example, Patrick Bet David is one of those and influencers and entrepreneurs that says God influenced his life a lot. I have a friend too. She talks about God a lot. Jesus, this. I was like, it just inspires me. Like, wow, how can someone be so serious about religion? Like, is that all they used to life? That's how I always feel. Like, I was what's the point? And because of that, I started learning more about Islam too. I'm reading books. I'm reading my Quran, and yeah, it's changing me. I'm becoming a better Muslim day by day. But one turning point I can remember vividly was last year during my lowest point. It was in Ramadan. I was very ill, and man, this story is. I get emotional when I say this story again because this was during one of my lowest points. 19, I was ill. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do a lot of things. I'm just lying down on the bed all day. And I remember while taking some medicines one day, I remember crying like, "Yeah, Allah, give me sound health so I can praise you." And before the end of that week, I got better. Now, obviously, I was taking medicine, so I was bound to get better at some point, right? Or I could just die there. But I got better. And man, I took that seriously. I think I prayed Taraweeh during that Ramadan a lot more than normal. I think I read more books by Islam or read more pages of a book in Islam. And that has been evolving my feeling towards Islam ever since. I can remember on that scenario where I went for Umrah recently last year, and on my own, a solo Umrah, I went to Mecca and Medina, and there's so many scenarios I can remember there. I remember praying, asking Allah for some things, and like I can see my goals coming to fruition. I can see like there's a reality that I can become rich doing what I love, being a designer, being all these things. I'm making friends that are Muslims too. Like normally, I didn't have friends that are Muslims that are in this entrepreneurship journey, in this creator journey. I have a friend that's a Muslim, you know. So these things are really making me emotional, and I'm just happy because everywhere you see, you look left, you see someone that is atheist, you look right, oh, I'm a Christian, and this, and you're not really seeing like who's someone that aligns with my identity, aligns with my beliefs, but it's also doing what I'm doing too. But more and more, I'm seeing more people in this way, so I'm actually happy about that. That's like my story about Islam. I there's not it's gradual. It's a 4 year long journey that I'm trying to cut down into like a few minutes to explain to you what's changing me. And I'm sure there'll be more stories in the future. But for now, I will say that my mom has always been someone that enforces that my siblings and I learn about Islam. She got us a teacher and they taught us how to read Arabic, how to tell stories of the prophets and so much more. But yeah, being the regular teenager or preschooler or something, we're always running away from classes. So I never run away, but I didn't like it. I didn't like being forced to learn something, you know. But now I'm growing older, and as I'm learning about business, I'm also learning about God too, because I'll be a father one day, I'll be a husband, I'll be a leader, and I have to lead my family right. So I can only give what I know. So I have to know so I can give. How would that make sense? Anyways, let's move on. This is Ramadan. It starts in less than 2 days now, and I want this to be my best Ramadan yet. I've listened to lectures, I've listened to podcasts, I've made my list too. Like, what do I want to talk about? What do I want to do this Ramadan? What do I want to take advantage of? And there's so many things. I was even listening to a lecture from Omar Suliman, and he mentions like you should have a to-do list, a not to-do list, a quantity list, a um, fixed list, and so much more. And this is not what I'm talking about. I'm just going to talk about my opinions and how I'm going to take Ramadan in a consistent way where after Ramadan I can still keep doing these habits daily. So we're getting older. You have a business to run, you have a boss, you're working somewhere. You don't have time to read the whole Quran. You're not like someone that you can tell your boss, okay, for these 30 days I'm on vacation. It doesn't work that way for most of us. So the realistic way to actually take the most of this Ramadan is what? Let's find out. Firstly, let me talk about what is Ramadan. Ramadan is the holy month, is the ninth month of the Islamic Hijrah calendar. It is the month where Muslims are to abstain from drinking, having sex, and eating, and other pleasurable activities. This was also the month where the Quran was revealed to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And yeah, that's like the basic points of Ramadan. But there are some other things like for every good deed you do, it gets multiplied by 100 or 10. I'm not so sure. The devil is chained, the doors of paradise are open, and so much more. So it will be a disservice for me if I don't talk about this. Like, I don't share what I've learned so far being a Muslim and the likes. So I hope a Muslim brother or sister is listening to this and they can actually implement what I'm sharing today. 30 days is a long time. Consistency is not easy. We all know that. So what can we do to make sure that this Ramadan can be as intentional as possible? Many of us, like every Ramadan, I'm going to finish the Quran, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. They end up finishing the Quran. I know I didn't. And I've never finished the Quran multiple times, just once in my life. So I'm taking it slow and steady. My plan for this Ramadan is simple. Read Quran, join Taraweeh, close grudges. Anybody that I've offended, I'll give a call. Because this was from Omar Suliman. It's talking about the fixed list. And this is where you call those who you have grudges with and like, I'm sorry for doing this. And because the gates of paradise will be closed to those who have grudges or something, like among Muslims and stuff. It's not totally clear to me, but the point is that don't hold grudges among your Muslim brothers and sisters. And most especially the last 10 days of Ramadan, I'm going to make sure that I make more time for Taraweeh, for my prayer request, and so much more. So, like everything I like to do, I like to see systems in it so I can make it sustainable and practical. Firstly, for reading Quran, my plan is to read 5 pages after every salat. So, Subhi 5 pages, Zuhr 5 pages, and I'm sure by that it will add up to And after every 5 pages, maybe I can read a tafsir or something, listen to a podcast, But that's the point. I'm reading Quran, and the more I read Quran, the more reward I get for reading Arabic. In Arabic, guys, in Arabic. So choose a specific number. What do you want to do, and stick to it. Some people now, they don't pray every day. So in Ramadan, pray every day. Pray your 5 times. So that, like, the point is that you become a better Muslim, not that you become the best Muslim in the world, and after Ramadan you become worse again. What is that habit you can do sustainably for a long period of time? So I don't read my Quran often, the Arabic version. Now I'll be reading it more often. Um, Something like that. If you don't pray often, now pray often. That's better. For Taraweeh, my plan is to also pray 4 to 6 rakas after Isha. Again, consistency over intensity. And since I work from home, I'm a designer. I do web design and product design. Because my past videos and my portfolio is in the works, so that'll be coming out soon. But I would be listening to podcasts from Islamic scholars and people I respect, like Mufti Menk, Omar Suliman, the first Yasir Qadhi, Qur'an recitations, and so much more. But I'm going to like overlay some images of podcasts I recommend and link them in the description below, so you can check them out as well. Woof, that was a mouthful. I have this very bad habit of doing things at the latest minutes. So my prayer request is actually doing last 10 days. I'm like, oh my god, I've been fasting. I don't have a request yet. So this time around, I'm already working my prayer request. So what are your goals? What are they in? Ask for every detail. Like, I want to achieve $10,000 a month by this month, or this. I want to be able to close a client for $5,000. Ask for all those things. Of course, be realistic, because you can only. I don't know how to explain this, but yeah, be realistic. What is a specific goal? Don't use someone else's goal to judge yours. And that's it. And now, pray for your parents too, your siblings, your family members, your relatives, your friends. I read somewhere that if you pray for others, Allah will favor you more, something like that. So I pray for my friends a lot. I pray for my family and stuff. It's something I don't do enough times, but when I remember, I do that. Sometimes I want to do more this Ramadan. You, this is me editing the video shirtless. My phone, I have one camera now, so basically I have to use this one. Now, this is the wallpaper pack I made. Can you see it's like, yeah. When the laptop has autofocus, you don't know how to use it well. The point is that I made a wallpaper pack, more than 10 variations of black and white wallpapers that you can use this Ramadan to remind yourself, like, oh, it's Ramadan. Oh, I shouldn't be scrolling social media. So, like, those bad habits you just do unknowingly. Yeah, because if wallpaper is the first thing you see when you take your phone out, you can, like, oh my gosh, Ramadan, let me take Quran, and you do the good habits. So, this is like a way I'm trying to enforce you to do good habits just by a reminder on your phone, like, oh. So I made like 10 of this. They're all free. I even added the Figma file, so you can even edit it to your taste. If you're a designer, you know how to edit stuff. Edit it, add some other things. Like, this go wild. And if you ever go wild, tag me on social media. If you end up using it, tag me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and that's where I am. So I really hope you found this useful. And yeah, back to the video. I have other things to do. See ya. Bye. Talking about habits, it's also important to have time management skills. I've made a video in the past talking about how I time block my day for sleep, work, and stuff. Some days I follow it day to the brain. Some days I'm flexible. But the point is that I have a schedule in my head that I should abide by. Now, this is Ramadan. For the last 10 days, which is even more important, you should make time for Taraweeh, for prayer and stuff. And see, if you are working with a client or a boss, like, you should communicate with them that, okay, during this period, I'll have so much time up to this, so don't give me extra projects. Or if you have a project you want me to work on, give me now so I can deliver it to you fast and not delay my goals. Because the night of majesty is equal to 1,000 nights, and you can only find that during the last 10 days. So take it seriously and don't just like, oh, it's another night, I will see Ramadan next year. What if you don't? So take it seriously. Treat this Ramadan as if it's your last and you want to go to paradise. And I would also recommend checking that video I've made before, so you can see how you can plan your using Google Calendar and set reminders on your phone, on your laptop, and so much more. Like, really, no excuses not to make the most of this Ramadan. I know this is a long video already, but I have one more point to make. For my brothers and sisters in Islam, please pray for your future family, your wife or your husband, your spouse, your kids. Pray for them. I know what it is to come from like a broken home and the likes, and I don't wish that for anybody. Anyway, it gets me emotional again. Sometimes I just like have flashes of my dream wife, and I'm like, man, there's a day like I don't know, I was scrolling Instagram the other day and I saw one Muslim sister and like yeah, fine and stuff, but my was just sick like whoa, you know. So I don't know. This is like manifesting out to be my wife, but the idea is more like you know who you want, start looking for the qualities in your future wife or husband, your kids, and start praying for them. Now this is not manifestation, this is more like working towards it. Like if you pray for this, what do you think you need to have a wife that as is an high agency person, is someone that has big dreams, someone that's achieving our goals too. I mean, she has to be someone that's an high agency person too. So in that way, you also become that person that is worth having that kind of wife or husband. And this is so important for me because I really I don't know, I don't talk about marriage now, but man, it's an emotional topic, and I know what it means to be married to somebody. Like I have a mom and dad, so I I know how it is for them, I guess, and I really want people I know to take it seriously. I want to take it more seriously. So those when you think about it, I have a list. My wife, quotes of my wife. I did this last year, I remember, and I read a Twitter post talking about how she found her husband and the qualities she added and stuff. Of course, we may not find all the perfect qualities, but if you do the right it and you are realistic about it, you might find it. So this is something I'm also working on, and I'm putting my prayers to. Who do I want to marry? Who do I want to be the mother of my kids? Who do I want to be my life partner? And that's a big investment. So don't take it lightly. Pray for it. You know, pray for your business, pray for your health, wealth, and so much more. For your friend circle, people you can trust and be vulnerable with. You know, there's a lot to pray for, and I really hope Allah accepts all of this as an act of ibadah. You watching this video, me making this video, you sharing this video with someone that will find it valuable, you subscribing to my channel. Yeah, all act of ibadah, brother. So I hope you found this valuable. I hope this inspires you to take finding yourself, finding your purpose, finding Islam, finding God, whether you're Christian or Muslim, it doesn't matter. I hope you find God. So yeah, before you disappear and run away, check out the wallpaper pack I made for you in the description below. Use it to remind yourself about Islam and stuff. It's free, totally free, and share with other people. And what else? Stay purposeful, and you won't go astray. See ya. Bye.